Hello everybody, welcome back. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I've got something different for you guys today. Today we're not gonna talk about my neglected car. We're gonna talk about my personal transporters, which would be my ES2, my ES4, and my Mini Pro. The Mini Pro is probably the most favorite of mine. It's basically a miniature Segway. I'm sure you've seen the mall police with them or other people riding around with them. It's a cool little gadget. They just dropped a go-kart kit for it. You can just slap it into a go-kart and turn it into a go-kart. You can buy a handle so you wouldn't have to use the knee bar. And the cool thing about this, I mean, it's got a lot of little features for what it is. If you turn it on, it's a true self-balancer. You see, it just lifted itself up. If you turn it off, it'll just go right back. It's got headlights for night riding. It's got a little reflector. It's also got light bars in the rear. The colors you can change. It's got air-filled tires, which if I spin this around, you'll see. It's got the little air nozzle. I've got a little over 400 miles on just this unit. And I've had fun. Every time I get on it, I have fun. I believe it's supposed to top out at about 10 and a half miles an hour. Which is pretty quick once you get on it and you realize you're going that fast. My other unit, which is my ES4, is another little cool toy. Now these are folding. They do fold. You just kick on here and it folds down. You've got a headlight. You've got a headlight. You got parking lights, what I would call them. And a little flasher for when you do hit the brakes, you know, kind of lets people know you're doing something, I guess. There are also lights on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see them. You can change the color of those also, all within the app. And the ES2, it's all the same thing. Only difference is the battery pack. This is extended range and power, not power like in Super Zoom, but you get a lot more torque with it. My ES4, I've got 950 miles on. My ES2 just hit 603 miles. I'm sure you guys have seen some of these units are used for the rentals, and also the parent company Ninebot also manufactures some with the brakes, the hand brakes. You know, it looks like a bicycle brake. Air tires, these are the hard rubber tires. But if you see those rental ones, this is probably the model you're gonna see through Bird or Lime. Now the cool thing about these, aside from all the lights and all the stuff, you get a little dashboard that tells you your speed. It also has cruise control and regenerative, I don't know how to say it, but guys, sorry. But if you know, it's kind of like a hybrid where you're cruising and it regenerates a little bit on the battery. Now you also have 3 speed modes. Just double tap. See, when you have no symbol, that's normal. That's your medium. And that's the sport. That'll be the highest setting. The ES2 is supposed to top out at about 14 and a half, 15 miles an hour. The ES4 is supposed to be like 16 and a half or something like that, or 15 and a half to 16. But I've gotten them both fairly high. I've gotten this to 20, and I've gotten this up to 18. But I'm a slim guy. It's all based on the terrain, what road surface you're on, your weight and stuff. Now this is just an overview. As you can see, if you really look, I'm missing this bracket and the screws that go in the rear, which is common, very common on these. Usually when you get them new, you're going to want to remove some of these screws and put Loctite on there. You go to your parts store, to your local mega store, and pick up some Loctite in the automotive section. Might have to replace those. And on this one, the locking clip is broken. I don't know, I've got children, and you know how that goes. You can see this is the locking clip, and that just locks in to here when you've got it all folded up. See if I can do that for you. It's cool. They got a little kickstand. Oops. Those have been with me before know I tend to do a lot of stuff by hand, by one hand. You can see you can just fold them up, pick them up. They're not too heavy. Take them indoors, put them on the bus with you, or stuff like that. Now, like I was saying, these, you can get a handlebar for this. You can get a carrying pouch. There's lots of accessories for this. For all of them though, Mini Pro, you can get a handlebar. The go-kart kit, which is kind of cool. And on this one, I've got a little bit of an issue. My rear lights aren't coming on, so I'm gonna have to diagnose those. Even when I hit the brakes, they don't flash, but if I hit the headlight, the headlight comes on, which I believe is on now. Yes, I've already replaced one side because it failed on me. Now through Segway, I think they were like 18 bucks for the pair, so I'm gonna try switching some stuff around. If it's not these units, then it's somewhere in here or somewhere up here. Let's see. Now this handle is adjustable. You're supposed to have these around your knees somewhere, wherever it's comfortable for you. And it also has a little handle here. So when you're, let's say you go into a store, you don't want to be that guy riding this thing all up in the store and getting everybody kicked out that has them. But you can just guide it through the store, so you don't have to leave it unattended. But yeah, people, this is it. I'm asking you guys to like and subscribe. I want to do a couple more videos on these. I'm going to take them apart, diagnose what's going on with that unit, replace some parts. And seeing that this one's got 950 miles, something's bound to fail on it pretty soon. Like right now, my tires are really worn down on both units. It's a hard rubber, so they don't last too long. Segway will sell you the wheel. It's like $75 through Segway. But I've seen some aftermarket where you can just replace the rubber. There's a lot of stuff for these. There's a couple websites out there that you guys can check out for parts. And that's where I'm gonna go to get the bracket I need for back here. The clip up there. And I'm gonna diagnose the tail lights and see what's going on there. Nothing on this is really expensive. Any parts you would need is priced fairly well, and they are fun. I mean, they're a blast to play with. But if you're really interested, just look them up. Segway, everybody knows that brand, Segway. They were bought out by Ninebot, which is owned by another company called Xiaomi or Xiaomi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And they Ninebot and the Xiaomi company are both from China. These things are all over Asia. We're just getting them here now the last couple of years, and they still haven't really caught on too much. So if you're interested, go directly to Segway. Go Amazon or eBay. I'm sure there's a couple models on those. They do have different colors. You can get a seat for the scooter. You can get a pouch for the handlebars. You can I used to if you guys are on the app, in the community app, you'll see that I used to have an air horn on this one, because you know people don't like to move. You can buy a little bell for it through Segway, but I mean it's not too loud. And so I bought a little air horn, and people still didn't get out of my way. I've got some footage of that stuff too. I may have to post up. I mean, I love these little contraptions. They're fun. They save me on gas. You just plug them in. They don't take too long to charge up. And if you do have these, or if you plan on getting them, check your laws. I mean, they've got bicycle helmet laws everywhere, and these are pretty much on that same level. So you're gonna need like helmets and pads and stuff, and stay in the bike lanes and stuff like that. But if you guys want to know more about these, just hit up the comment section, hit some likes, hit the subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. Pretty soon there should be one popping up, like either here or down here or over here. Who knows? I haven't decided that yet. But if you guys are current Ninebot owners or Segway owners, just tune in. Like I said, I'm gonna start taking these apart. Any problems I have with them, I'm gonna start posting with them, post the repairs up, where I got the parts from, and how long it would take you to take care of them. Well, I appreciate you guys' time. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, you know, the whole YouTube biz. Like I said, they don't know you're there unless you interact with the video somehow. So, and that goes for anybody's videos. So thank you. And ride fun. Ride safely. Be nice to each other. Be kind. And stay safe.